Hi Taurus, welcome to my channel. This is your weekly love reading from me with a special Friday the 13th twist, okay, just to add a little bit of fun element. It's sort of a little bit of an extended reading. Apologies, I am 24 hours late putting up the video. A couple of reasons. My energy's a little bit low at this point in time. I feel like I'm going through a spiritual ascension, and it's been sparked by the death of my grandfather in September. I feel very privileged to have had this man in my life all this time because he was almost 95, okay, when he passed. But I have lost one of my greatest teachers, so I don't know if you've ever gone through any kind of spiritual ascension, but it's very, very tiring. It's quite depleting on the energy. That aside, I have done your pre-shuffle message, and I did the pre-shuffle away from the camera. I'm sure that if you know me by now, you know that I say I do this because of the time element and because of how I do it is quite personal. There's various layers to how it's done. In the pre-shuffle, I got quite a heavy energy, and it was linked to Venus being your ruler, currently in Libra. There was a need to sort of almost self-soothe yourself, or to like have something like, how can I explain, have something nice in your life, you know. I'm sure you've got many nice things in your life, but there was some kind of wanting to get a message across to someone, but the message not quite hitting the right place. It's sort of, you're giving the message, but it's almost like it's been falling on deaf ears, whatever that message is, and because of that, it's caused some kind of heaviness, a bit of a heavy energy, and almost like this need to, I don't know, to self-soothe yourself, however you do that, whether it's binge on your favourite Netflix series, whether it's eat some chocolate ice cream, whether it's order some, you know, fantastic gadget off Amazon Prime or whatever it is. But there's an element of self-soothing so that you feel more comfortable, and also like an element of wanting to retreat almost physically and energetically away from something, or possibly even someone. There was a mercurial energy. You know, Mercury is now stationary. However, we are in the shadow period until, let's see, the 20th of November. So with Mercury, when it's, you know, Mercury being the ruler of community, education, short-term travel, when it's retrograde, it normally causes, you know, havoc in with our technology, such as the Wi-Fi going down, the computer not working properly, the phone screen cracking, or, you know, or the neighbours having a, you know, the fifth party in a month that keeps us up till 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you just apply that energy to how it resonates with you. When Mercury retrograde ends, we expect that energy to come to an end. However, with this shadow period, and it was like with a Capricorn energy, there was something that you're digging your heels in about. You know, it's sort of, you wanted to get, I've got this imagery of trying to get a message out, you doing your best to get the message out to whoever it is, but it's falling on deaf ears. It's causing some kind of, not distress, but discomfort, which has the need to self-soothe and to make yourself feel better, and retreat away from the world. You know, to just do you for the moment. Okay, while I was giving the message, I was putting the tarot cards down, and I'm just about to look at them. So I'm going to talk about you and your person, okay? You and your person. I'm sorry if you heard that. That's just a notification to say my battery is quite low. Hopefully it will be okay while I'm recording this. In your energy, we've got the Five of Swords. This goes directly to what I was just saying. You know, this being a card of communication, but not successful communication. And also, you know, this sort of retreating energy. You know, this is not a successful card of communication. We've got the Star here. You know, I feel this further is in your energy, clarifying just the pre-shuffle message of what I just said, of wanting to communicate or to offer something to someone in an emotional capacity. You know, there's emotion behind it, but it falling almost on deaf ears, you know, or the message not being received in the loving and intended way that it was given out. There's some kind of it's not even a miscommunication. Maybe it's even just as simple as your person just leaving you on read and not bothering to even answer, or even if they do answer, that there's nothing of substance behind, and you not knowing exactly, you know, to you it appears incredibly clear what needs to be said or done or whatever, but your person is not responding in the way that perhaps you perceive that when they receive your message in the correct spirit that they should. Your person here has got their focus on their home life, possibly they've got their focus on themselves in certain aspects with this Ten of Pentacles here. This is quite a nurturing, it is quite a nice nurturing energy, but there's no, you know, but who or what they're nurturing is not really clear. There's an element of ambiguity here. I'm going to get some clarification, and I'm using this deck today, which is the 13 deck by Necro. It's incredibly dark, and it just seemed quite appropriate to use this with the Friday the 13th, you know, coming, little extended message coming. I've got a tradition of doing something fun on Friday the 13th. I call it my Friday the 13th tours, and some of them have been hilarious. And you know, one of them just never went to plan at all, but just had such a twist to it that it was just absolutely amazing. I went to a concert. I wanted to go to a concert to see a band that I really like, and it got cancelled because of extreme flooding. And I was quite disappointed about that, but then I met one of the band members in a bar and they bought me a cocktail. So, you know, that was one of my Friday the 13th tours. It's all about a matter of perspective, Taurus, you know. You know, there's this heavy energy. It's all about a matter of perspective. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Come on, why is the Ten of Pentacles here? We've got the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Someone's not wanting to offer any kind of commitment. There's an element of deep sexual attraction here with the Ace of Wands, you know, and wanting a new beginning here. The Ace of Cups is here also, and the Seven of Pentacles. But there's no physical concrete evidence or expression from this person that, you know, there is love and emotion there, but they're very hesitant in how they're going to express that to you. You know, there's an element of hesitation here about how that is going to be conveyed. So basically, then, at least in the recent past, they're not saying anything. There's an element of not discord, but I'm wondering if this Seven of Pentacles here is speaking to me of wanting to nurture something and grow something, but it being frustrated in some way because you two are not completely on the same page about certain aspects of the relationship, or it's because certain aspects of the relationship are unsaid or unclear from your person's perspective and also from your perspective. There's a sort of degree of honesty that's needed here. You've got another 5, which is not a good start. You know, this goes back to the pre-shuffle. You've got the 5 of Wands here. I'm getting the fact that there's an element of things unspoken things. And I come back to my pre-shuffle message where you're trying to say something, but it's just not being received. Sometimes we think we're communicating clearly, and we're not. So I'll give you an example. Okay, it's a personal example to me. When it comes around to my birthday, or Christmas, I start dropping hints about what I would like, you know, by looking, you know, things come on the television and I look at the advert and I go, oh, look at that, isn't it wonderful? Oh gosh, you know, that would be wonderful to have something like that. Oh, I really would love one of, you know, I really would like that. Instead of coming out and saying, actually, that's what I would like for Christmas, I sort of just drop the hints basically and hope that someone gets what I'm saying. Quite often it's gone over someone's head because the message is not, we think it's clear, but the person on the receiving end of it's lost somewhere. You know, do you understand what I'm saying? And that's sort of the energy I've got here. It's sort of this 5 of Wands energy and your energies. It's not even like block chakra and throat chakra energy. It's sort of, the message is not being received in the correct way. It's like, I mean, this could even be as simple as the fact there's a language barrier between the two of you, or a cultural, some kind of cultural difference. You know, this could be swinging towards this. It's this kind of energy. There's something somewhere that's stopping. It's like the old expression of, you know, that Chinese whispers, you know, that old thing, bring reinforcements, we're going to advance. And by the time they've listened to it, it's bring 26 people to a rave and a dance. You know, it's sort of been lost somewhere. There's some element of what you're saying and what they're hearing of being lost. I mean, take it how it resonates. You know if there's a language barrier between you. You know if there's a cultural or religious difference between you, or you just know if your person's just not listening. You know, but there is an element of you opening your mouth and saying something, but them hearing something completely different. It could just be as simple as what I just gave for the example of when I'm dropping the hints for the gifts at Christmas. It could be that you're just not being express enough, you know, and just sort of dancing around the subject rather than just coming out and saying A, B and C, X, Y and Z, you know. Could be that, but there is an element of it being lost. So just take what resonates for you. We've got the Ace of Cups. I'm suggesting that there is emotion here with the Ace of Wands here. There is a chance and an element to come back around with this connection. And it's not even possibly that there's been some discontinuance or some kind of breakup. It's not even that. It's there's something in the communication. I mean, please let me know, for goodness sake, Taurus, put me out of my misery. You know, coming from Wales, I'm quite nosy, and you know, everyone in Wales knows everyone, and if we don't know you, when we meet you, we'll know you after 5 minutes, and that's how we are. So, but there's something here that is blocking the comprehension from your person's point of view. But there is emotion there, and there's definitely sexual chemistry between the two of you, for sure. It's just I'm not quite sure how your person can express emotion, or the emotion that they want to, if for some reason they're not understanding or comprehending what it is that you're trying to get across. Why is this Ace of Cups here? Because it's not completely clear to me. Why is this Ace of Cups here? Okay. Okay, the Hierophant has come out with the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, with the Three of Swords. I'm going to suggest that your person's got some kind of phobia of being committed. And if that's not the case, because perhaps you're already in a committed relationship, then there is something that is causing them to be on some kind of lower frequency to you. I always like to think of quantum physics when I'm thinking about frequencies, in the fact that whenever you have anything on two different frequencies, it's necessary for the one on the lowest frequency to elevate to the one on the highest frequency before there can be some kind of compatibility or synchronization. Okay, and you take this as it resonates. Either your person is terrified of commitment and offering their cup of love, because we've got this Ace of Cups with the Hierophant here, with the Three of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Now, threes are always about being complete. You know, you can think in threes of mind, body, soul. You know, you can think in threes of, you know, the maiden, the mother and the crone. You know, there's many examples throughout spirituality of threes. Threes for me are about also elevation of the deep spiritual energy that's inside us. So it's one of two messages, and you just take what resonates for you. Either your person does not want to admit that they want something with you because they're terrified of commitment. Okay, and so this is causing this low vibrational behaviour where they are on a lower frequency to you and are not currently at your frequency. Now, if you are already in some kind of committed relationship or marriage with this person, then it's a case of the fact that their frequency, for whatever reason at this point in time, is lower than yours, and they do not want to, or maybe they're not aware of the fact that they need to elevate it to actually sort out some of the problems. But there's a block here for the fact that there's a block here for the fact that they are possibly keeping their emotions to themselves. And when I say emotions, I mean i.e. their feelings for you. I mean, this Three of Pentacles energy here, it's come out in the reverse, but really, I mean, look at it this way. Also, what do you see? This is both of you. This is both of you off balance here, basically. There's an element of divine timing here. And divine timing for me is not some big secret God-like clock in a room. It's to do with our own attitudes and behaviours. You know, it's about bringing equilibrium and balance. This comes back to what I'm talking about, frequencies, about how in quantum physics, you know, it's an accepted rule that to have synchronization where things come into almost like a perfect unity with each other, there has to be synchronization. For synchronization to occur, something with the lowest frequency must elevate itself to the highest frequency. That's just how it is. That's just how it is in basic terms that it's been explained to me. I mean, I'm no quantum physicist, but I do have an interest in these aspects from a spiritual perspective. Okay, moving on. We've got the Page of Pentacles, we've got the Ten of Cups and the High Priestess. Now this High Priestess card here in your person's energy only further confirms the fact that there's an element of internal divine timing. This is even just further clarification for me, that there's an element here of balancing the masculine and feminine energies within inside ourselves, you know, having both energies. Each person has an element of both energies, and there's this kind of bringing it back into equilibrium so that you almost feel connected. Your person, can I suggest that when I began this reading at the beginning, saying that you were feeling a little bit like self-soothing, that you feel like you want to soothe yourself, I'm suggesting that your person possibly also is feeling slightly the same. We've got the Ten of Cups between you. This is a beautiful energy. You know, this is really the energy of happy love. You know, look at this. You want to give this person your love. You know, the Page of Pentacles here. Look at this. You want to offer your person their love, but they're not ready to take it. They're slightly guarded and cut off, you know, with this High Priestess card. There may be an element of some kind of childhood wounds here, you know, for the fact that I get this anti-committed or low frequency energy. Remember I said this with the 2 3s, you know, I talked to you about the aspect of the 3 and 3. There's something very much that's needed balancing here and addressing from your person's point of view, from the fact that possibly until they look inwards, they're not going to be able to look outwards. This has almost got 2 of Wands energy to it at this particular point in time, and there's something that needs to be completed here. There's something that's not completed. There's a cycle that needs to be finished and completed between you and your person. I'm feeling like all my readings today, I'm closing them out with an oracle card. The energy is just so heavy, I can't even explain it. It's I'm being told the one at the bottom. Okay. I was told the one at the bottom. I was told stop shuffling and take the bottom. Balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. You know, Pisces is a wonderful and creative energy. You know, most Pisces people are incredibly intuitive, but have an awful lot of creativity within themselves that they use to express, and that is a way of self-soothing as well. Remember I said at the beginning there was an element of self-soothing. Maybe this is a good way, you know, because the practical element possibly could be doing something creative that brings you joy, you know, and will give you maybe a moment of mindfulness or peace, or, you know, inner peace. But also it can also be balancing spirituality with practicality, acknowledging that you can't be spiritual for 2 people. You can only be spiritual for yourself. You know, perhaps your spirituality will have a positive effect on someone. I mean, I hope that sometimes my spirituality has a positive effect on other people out there, but you can't be spiritual for someone else if they're running away from their own feelings or their own fears or their past hurts. You know, there's blocks here with regards to expressing emotion, how they communicate to you, about the level of commitment they're willing to offer. And so what do we do when this happens, Taurus? We go back to ourselves. Balance spirituality and practicality. That's what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's much appreciated. I will see you again next week. Bye.